Hi guys. Today I wanted to just film for you a Valentine's Day look, and I'm gonna keep it soft and kind of pretty, more romantic of a look. I love the bold eye looks and everything, but I just feel like, I don't know, like when I'm feeling like that romantic, lovey feeling with my husband, I want it to be like, I want to just feel pretty and soft and feminine. So that is not that bold eyes aren't feminine, but you know what I mean. Like just a very, just soft look. So I thought I would show you guys a look like that today. I went ahead and put on my foundation. I have my eyes primed, my eyebrows are on, which I always feel like makes me like, oh, before I get the rest of my makeup on. And I did my bronzer. So those things are finished, and I'm mostly going to be focusing on the eye look and then just finishing up with blush and highlight and lips. So I definitely will be kind of buzzing through some of this quickly, like clipping parts of it. Otherwise, you're going to be watching me for like 40 minutes. And nobody's got the time or the patience for that. So let's just get started. I am going to be using several BH Cosmetics palettes today. The first one I'm going to use is the Neutral Eyes. It's a 28 color eyeshadow palette. It's a mixture of mattes and shimmers. So, and as you can see, it is well loved, well used. So I am going to be working from that today. Let me see here. I'm going to start with, I think I'm just going to go in with this here as my base color to lay down. It's kind of a very light tan, but it almost has like a cool gray tone to it, but you won't really see it much anyway because it's just going to be covered up. Next up, I'm going to go in with a transition shade. I'm going to go ahead and use this light kind of warm brown here, warm tan. And I'm going to just build that up in my crease. That's my transition. Now that I have that laid down, I'm going to go in just with this slightly darker shade of brown here. So this was the one I did for my transition. This is the one I'm going into my crease to build up that crease and just deepen it. Give the eye a little more definition. Okay, now that the eye is more defined, but still very soft, I am going to go in with this pink color here, and I'm just going to lay that down all over the lid. I actually took that pink shade all the way kind of into the corner here. I don't know if you can see that. Just to add a little light color there. And now I am going to take my, this is a BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Dual Effect Wet Dry Eyeshadow Palette. And I am going to drop the little plastic paper out because that's what I do. And let me get my spray here. I'm going to spray my brush. That same one I just used to put the pink color on the lid. I'm going to get that a little wet. And I'm going to go in with this kind of, it's almost a slight lavender pink up here. And I'm going to go in. And I'm going to put that on the lid as well. Just kind of pat it in. Okay, now that my lids are a nice shimmery pink, I'm actually going to go in with my Blush Neutrals 26 color eyeshadow and blush palette from BH Cosmetics. And because the darker browns in the Neutral Eyes palette are all shimmer, and I don't really want shimmer out at the edges, I wanted to go in with a matte, a little bit darker brown to deepen up the outer edges. So I am going to go into, I don't want to go too dark, so I'm going to go into this shade here. Okay, I'm going to blend out. As you can see, I added some just darker, the brown that I showed you before, to the outer edges. So I just want to blend that out. Remember, the name of the game for this look is soft and romantic. So I don't want like harsh, dark color. Now I'm actually going to go back into that original Neutral Eyes palette. Neutral Eyes? Neutral Eyes. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm such a dork. And I am going to take my brush that I originally used here. I shouldn't have put it back, I guess. And I'm going to go back into kind of this, I had used this lighter brown as my transition. I'm going to take a little of that and I'm kind of just going to bring it up here to soften things out along the top of the look here. Okay, now that I have that blended out, I am going to go ahead and go into that dark shade again that I just used to darken up my corners, and I am going to go along the lower lash line. I like to just kind of tap it in. Okay, now going back into that neutral eyes palette, I am going to take a smudger brush and I'm going to take this pink that I covered the lid with originally, and I'm just going to smudge out along the lower lash line here. And then in that same palette, I'm going to go into this light color down at the bottom that's a little shimmery. I'm going to use this to highlight my brow bone. Bring a little light up there. But I'm also going to take that same color right in the corners of my eyes. Alright, I'm going to take my black eyeliner and I'm going to tightline my top waterline. So I will go off camera for that. Then as always, I will use my NYX Wonder Pencil in light and I will line my lower waterline. I'm going to curl my lashes. And I'll take my Colossal Big Shocker there, and go ahead and mascara it up. Okay, now we are going to go into the Blush Neutrals eyeshadow and blush palette. And we are going to, I should have opened it first. We're going to do some blushing up here. I like to kind of dip into this light color first just to kind of diffuse, because the blushes are very pigmented, which is awesome, but can also be like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. So that's kind of where I'm going there. I think I'm going to go ahead and go into this shade here, so the third one over, and I'm just going to give it a couple taps. Okay, so I think my blush is done. I like to take just a brush, like a kabuki brush, and kind of do this along the edges to kind of blend my bronzer and blush together. Okay, do you guys know, I don't know what the deal is. I swear I cannot figure out what to do to fix this. I don't know if you can see it, but on both sides of my face, on my cheeks, I have like a white patch that refuses to be covered. Like, refuses to be covered with blush. I almost said bleach. That would be a problem. But yeah, I cannot get, it's like these little two bald spots in the same spot on each side. I cannot figure it out. I can keep packing it on there. Pack, pack, pack. It still looks white. I don't get it at all. So if you know what that is and how I can fix it, please let me know. All right. And then I always like to get my little highlighter out here. I'm just using the Wet n Wild Precious Petals. If you're on a budget and would like a highlighter, I like this. It's not like in your face. If you're someone who likes a more subtle highlighter, it's great for that. And I just like to kind of get my brush here. And I like to take some just above my eyebrows here. And then I take some right down the middle of my nose. And then I like to take my finger, just kind of tap a little. Just do a little extra on the tip of my nose. And a little on the Cupid's bow. And I just kind of use what's left of my finger and go on my chin there. And I'm not even seeing it on my Cupid's bow. There we go. Alright, I like my highlighter. I mean, yeah, if I'm like going out like or something. Although I don't really go out. But if I were going out, then I can see like doing a brighter highlighter. But for me, I like just a more like where it's not super obvious that I'm wearing a highlighter. It just kind of adds a little extra glow to my face. So that's that. I like to go back in with my mascara and add a second coat just to, even though I feel like the first coat does pretty darn well. But you can always use more mascara, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and use just this e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Setting Spray. And then for the lips today, I thought I would just use this NARS lip crayon. I have no idea, oh, it's a satin lip pencil, I guess, how you pronounce this color. It's Rikugien. Rikugien? I don't have a clue in this world. Why do they do that? Just name it something people can say. But I'm going to go ahead and put that on. It is so soft and just really easy to work with. So as you can see, it's just like a neutral, slightly pinky, but not too much kind of color. And I thought it would go well with this eye look. So there it is. Just a soft, pretty kind of, doesn't look like you went like too crazy, like you were trying too hard, but I feel like it just looks soft and pretty and be a great like date night look for you and your husband, boyfriend, for Valentine's Day. So if you're someone who is more into like a softer look than the bold, bright eyes, I thought maybe this would be something that you would like. Again, nothing wrong with the bold ones because I do love bold looks too, but sometimes I just like to feel really soft and pretty and feminine. So there it is. Let me know what you guys think.